Well, buying a home is one of the most expensive things most people purchase, and there can be some debate as to what are and aren't crucial financial steps to take. But as Tegan Wingfield explains in this week's Makes Sense, hiring a home inspector is a necessary expense.
Buying a house is expensive, and it can be tempting to cut some corners. But paying for a house inspection before you buy can save you money in the end.
A home inspection is a visual, non-invasive test of the systems and components in a home. So basically what that means is that we're not going to start tearing apart walls and stuff like that. If there's panels to be pulled off, we can do all of that. Electrical, for instance, the main part of the panel, we take the front off the panel to check that panel. We go up into the attics, that type of thing.
A home inspection gives you a good idea of what you are buying, which saves you money.
Let's say you were to buy a home in Lloydminster and you didn't get a home inspection done, and you move into the home and you start finding problems, and there's issue after issue after issue. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars to fix those issues.
And sometimes a little advice from an expert can go a long way.
Setting the temperature of your hot water heater, your furnace, setting the temperature of your furnace, programmable thermostats. It does save people money in the long run if they listen and take our advice and use it in their homes.
For this week's Make Sense, I'm Tegan Wingfield.
Global Property Inspections is your home and commercial building inspection company. Gain a thorough, unbiased, confidential, and professional inspection. Global Property Inspections.
The SPCA are still on cat overload, so they're continuing their Adopt Me, Adopt My Shadow for Free program. On this week's Pet Project, Jennifer and Allison explain more about the program and introduce us to a cat who has quite the story and a very playful poodle.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Liam.
Yes, Liam is a 2-year-old poodle cross. He still needs to be neutered and to get his rabies vaccination. He was actually impounded from Provost, so because of that he can't be adopted back there. But he's a great little guy. He's got a wonderful personality, definitely a lot of energy, but also likes to kind of snuggle up in your arms. He'd be a great lap dog too. He seems to do well with other dogs and cats that we've introduced him to, but it's always best if you have animals just to bring them down to the shelter for a meet and greet.
And this is Theo, and you tell me he has quite the story, right?
He does. He actually came into us in really rough shape. It was fairly touch and go for a while there, but we took him into the vet, we got him all healed up, and he's just doing absolutely wonderfully. We think he's about 3 years old, a domestic medium hair. He's already neutered and updated on his vaccinations. All he needs is a rabies vaccination. And he's just got such an amazing personality. We have all really fallen in love with Theo here at the shelter. He's a big cuddler. He wants to be around people. He's just a big sweetheart.
So Jennifer, last week we were talking about how you guys are just full of cats right now.
We are. We were really full last week. We're very full this week. We still have 115 cats at the shelter right now, which is way too many, which is why we're continuing our Adopt Me, Adopt My Shadow for Free program, where you adopt one cat from the SPCA and you get a second for free. Works really well if there's 2 cats that have caught your eye or if there's a bonded pair. So if anybody's interested in adopting a cat, we really ask them to think about the Lloydminster and District SPCA.
Yes, and they've got a great variety of cats back here, so come take a peek, and thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.